Hello. Right, I've took a bit of time to a bit of time, like an hour, to calm down from all that. Um, where do I start with this game? I hope everyone's all right for a start. I hope everyone's all right. Do you know where? I'll tell you where I am personally. Genuinely, I'm at a point now where I've slowly all week I've been looking. I know this is bad. I've been preparing for the worst. I've been looking at potential managers we could get in, potential ways we could be successful in the championship, our financial situation. I've been looking deep into it, the chances of we coming back up based on loads of things, because that's where my mind is. Because I look at other results and other results go against us, and then my optimism from a game is suddenly like, oh, well, we're down then. But I've genuinely accepted either way. Having said that, if it did happen and we did go down, I would be in tears. I would be distraught. But after a few days, I'd probably deal with it. But anyway, on the game, it's like any time, even if we're in 16th, right? We're 3 points better off. A point, if we're 3 points better off in this situation now, a point against Newcastle is a great result. Third in the league, third. I know it's not your typical Man City or, them kind of type of name, Liverpool or whatever. They're third in the league from merit because they're doing very well and they're a very good side. And they didn't create really a chance from open play. A really clear open play chance they didn't. One, they were offside by quite a bit. Genuinely. They didn't create one open chance, like open chance. They got around the box a few times and got some balls in, obviously, but that open chances, they didn't create any. Big ones, they didn't. Their goals came from penalties. How annoying is that? Because, and I'm sitting here going, and everything's hindsight, isn't it? I'm sitting here going, if we got Sam in just 10 games ago, we'd be fine. I genuinely believe that. In 2 weeks, we managed to, City is City, right? The result wasn't as bad as it was, though, right? 2-1, whatever. When we've gone to Newcastle, who are third in the league, who need to win games to get into the top four, to finish in the top four, and we've avoided any big chances on our goal, bar penalties. Now that is progression, but it's late. It's very late. It's probably too late. And I'd be so, honestly, if we had 10 games left and we're doing that, I'd be so optimistic. I'd be like, yeah, like we were when Javi came in and it was all going great. But with Sam, there's a real kind of emphasis on stability, right? He is that guy. He's a stable guy. Probably not in the game because none of us were stable during that, were we? But it's just 2-2, and I thought, we're not going to pass teams off the park no matter who we are, who's the coach. We're not that team. We're not in that mindset. We can't do that. Being that team, you have to have an elite mentality. You have to be in an elite situation where you are just good. You have everything going for you. You've got a winning mentality. So we have to work with what we've got and do it effectively. And in a way, we did because we had a chance and we took it. And at that point when we take that chance, I was previously, it's weird because previously I'm thinking I won't celebrate because I just know we're gonna concede. But I felt, okay, good. And there wasn't much reaction after going 1-0 up. It was similar. We did the same patterns. Newcastle tried and tried. We've got to pretend they're a very good side, guys. But and then we win a penalty. And what I did was I did this. Screen's on there. I just did this, like 30 minutes, like 30 seconds, and I looked up. Like Rodgers going to finish this up. Oh, Rodrigo's not taking it. And you know what? I wasn't even bothered by who was taking it. It wasn't the fact that Bamford missed the penalty. I was so shocked that it wasn't Rodrigo. And I know he's missed his last penalty, but was that not in the cup? I just think a striker that is 13 goals in the league for a relegation side, well, that's clinical, isn't it? Let's be honest. The chances he's had, outperforming his XG and everything. The penalties scored in the Premier League, for me, he's got to take it. But let me just tell you about football strikers, right? Because I've worked with a lot of them. I've played football all my life and now I'm in football for the last few years. Strikers If you give them no reason to not take a penalty, they're going to take it. Regardless if it's at Sunday League, Premier League, if they're in the best form in the world or the worst form in the world, right? Strikers are there to score goals since they were 6 years old. If he's got the ball and Rodrigo is not demanding to take that penalty, the striker's going to take the penalty. That's football. That's literally the way it is. It's just the way it is. Regardless of the result of the penalty, that's what football... It's not just Bamford who will do it. Every striker, regardless of form, they do it. It's what they are. It's what they've been grown up to do. They're all about goal scoring, right? As everyone keeps saying, that's his job. So, if you get a penalty, I'm taking it. And if the guy who does score a penalty usually isn't coming over and saying, no, I've scored the penalties, he's going to do it. So, I'm just more thinking of the fact that Rodrigo didn't do that. Honestly. A question, did he ask? Did he want to? I don't know. Like, what's gone on there? I don't know. But anyway, we missed that. And could have been 2-0. And I genuinely believe that would have been the game. Just because of the lack of chances they had. Genuinely. They had the more of the ball. They probably created bigger moments than us. Like, around the box. But in terms of clear-cut chances, guys, if we'd have gone 2-0 up, we'd have won that game. 2-0. I genuinely believe that. Sam believes that he said in his press conference that was it there, right there, that moment. And I agree with him 100%. And I know I've watched videos, I've seen social media, and it's a clear, obvious statement that people believe in. But for me, I want the informed player who's scored 13 goals this season to step up and say, I'll take that. I was watching, I don't know if the camera cut away, but I didn't see him asking for it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it was predetermined in training by the players after he missed his last one that I'm got to have the next one, whatever, I don't know. Sam didn't know, he's not been there long enough, he's probably not talked about that much. But that is what it is. But, and at 2-0 there, man, that's got to be it, hasn't it? That's got to be it. That's got to be it. But with that side, that's who we are. That's why we are where we are. How many times this season have we been 1-0 up or 1 goal up and we've had a big chance from any player on the pitch? There's been loads of them by different players. How many times have we been in that situation where we could have gone 2 goals ahead and we haven't? How many times? I honestly think it's about 8 to 10 times. Genuinely. When we've been ahead or drawing and then we've got the goal and then we got a big chance, or it's 1-1, and the game is in our ascendancy, and we have a big chance to make it 2-1, and you know we're going to finish the game off there, and it's like 10 minutes to go. How many times have we missed that opportunity? Endless. And that's it, innit? We need probably 3 goals to win a game in most parts. The only 2 times that we've done that and got that goal, and then we've been relaxed is Chelsea right at the start of the season. After we got that second goal, we were decent. And Wolves. Right. And it's just so frustrating that we can never, ever seem to just relax ourselves. Every moment in a game is pure emotion and pure up here in terms of emotions going through everyone. There's no moments of calm where we actually feel control of the game. There's no control anywhere because we just can't get that second goal to alleviate that pressure. And that's huge, and that takes its toll if you do that so much. Because we don't create loads of chances every game, but I think we create big chances in games. We do create big chances in games. Remember looking at the XG when Jesse Marsh was around, and I still believe this, we were always in games, because we always had moments where we could score. But we never took it. We never took that. And it's the same now, and it will be, because that's just who we are as a team. That's why we are here. It's so irritating. It's so irritating. Because, honestly. But, like I was saying, even if we've got 5 games left, I'm looking at this right now and going, they didn't have a big chance away from penalties. 3rd in the league. But I can remember, I might be wrong, but I can't remember one. And when I mean big chance, I don't mean a shot on the edge of the box when there's 10 men in the box. I mean, like, a solid 1v1 or a solid, in front of goal with like no defenders there. I don't think they did. That's good for you as a side. But when you give away 2 penalties, and I want to say something on Verpo. Suddenly people now, Verpo's a bad game. He's been bad for 3 months. No, he hasn't. Look, the thing about Ferb, actually, this is controversial. I actually think, in terms of his man and the winger, I actually think he did a good job. I don't think he got beat, really, that much. If he did, hardly. Which is what you want fullbacks to do. The problem was the moments. Now, the red card, people saying he's silly and reckless for the penalty and the red card, but no one's talking about, well, some are, but not everyone's mentioning Verba, who did an even more reckless penalty because he's just been late on the challenge. You can at least argue with Firpos that he's been pushed. I think he's been pushed. And do you know why I think he's been pushed, right? Do you know why? I don't, hear me out. Because, remember Fulham game, where Rutter scored, but Weston McKennie pushed Wilson, and it was less than that, and they give the free kick. They went back on the goal and said, no, he's pushed him. That's the same thing. In fact, the one on McKennie was less than the one on Firpo. So, consistency, it's not a thing in this league. So, that is what it is. But if we're not getting, and yeah, that's pay, I don't care. If we're not getting a goal for that against Fulham, well, that shouldn't count. Where's the line? Where's the level here? That's been overturned. That should be overturned. I genuinely think that. Having said that, his hand shouldn't be there. If you're being pushed, at least you're trying to overemphasise it. I get it, but just throw him forward or something. I don't know. Silly. It's a silly. Your hand shouldn't be there, Junior. Come on. But and then the red card. Look, it's a ball. Where's the pressure on the guy? Why has he been allowed to make that pass in the first place? Right. And then Gordon's got to run on him. You got to run on him as a winger. You got momentum. The fullbacks over your head. What can you do? You know, you have a let go of your head, and he takes touch. He's in on goal. You take him down. That's the choices you have to make. It's gone over his head. He can't head it. So I don't know. Fullback army together. Fullback union there. Well, wing back, but you know what I mean. Yeah. But having said that, in actual, like, in terms of a unit defensively, and Sam said it, I actually thought we defended really well, and that is based on what I saw and the chances that we didn't give. But I'm worried this might be too late. I really am. I'm worried. Just not enough. And I'm like, Forest are winning Chelsea now. Then we're going to have to rely on Leicester to lose to Liverpool and Everton to lose to Man City, which you think they would. But then it's going into next week. Do you know what this game, genuinely, it's given me hope that we can get 6. I genuinely think we can get 6 points. I do. Because we've played first and third. And against third today, third in the league. But we looked fairly solid for the main part of the game. Just individual errors, which we know about those. So that happens every game. These errors every game. And it would give me hope. It has given me hope, but I'd have more hope if this was 10 games ago, even 5 games ago. With Sam set up like this, maybe going into that Forest game, or was it Forest? Yeah, the Leicester game. Sorry, going into the Leicester game, the Bournemouth game, the Crystal Palace game. We had Sam there, but this is hindsight, isn't it? Yeah, in hindsight, that would have worked potentially. Would have at least been 3 or 4 points better off, I think. Damn. It might be too late, guys. It might be too late. I can't deny they don't care, because they clearly do. Sam's found that in them. It's in there somewhere. McKennie was good today. You know, I thought Rasmus was brilliant. He was very good. I thought Ayling had good moments again. So frustrating how late it all is, isn't it? I genuinely think there's a situation where we could beat West Ham and then Tottenham. That's a situation that could happen. We could also lose both, but it's giving me hope that there is a situation where that could happen. The problem is for me is that the points difference between us and the guys above us is like 2 or 3 points. They only really have to get a win, really, with our goal difference. Forest, example of that. If they get a win today, we're difficult. They only really need a point then. If we win our last 2 games, they only need a point. So we could be down very soon, but we could also be out of it. That's how close it is, and it's just horrible situation to be in for everyone in it. But like I said at the start of the video, And I'll go back to that. Like, I want my club to progress and be in Europe. I do. That's all I wanted my entire life since I've been watching Leeds in League One most of my life. Championship, League One, Championship. Sorry, not League One. League One for a little bit. That's when I really started watching. I watched, when we got relegated. I was there. Terrible times. But I was very young, watching us in League One, Championship. And we're back in the Prem, and it was so good. First season was amazing. Do you know what it's gotten to now? Like, I don't want this. If this is what it's going to be like every year, I'm not enjoying watching my football team. Every Saturday, I get up for it. I'm always up for it before a game. I'm nervous, but I'm always excited, always. That'll never change, ever. I love it. It's more than anything. It's everything to me. But I miss my football team winning anything. I don't even saying I was in the top 5. I just want us to be competitive and get results and just win some games and have some moments we can memorize in every year. Just something good in there. That's genuinely all I want. I remember when we finished 9th on the Bielsa, and the memories that come from it, and that's football is. It's all about memories, right? The promotion, the memories you've got, the individual moments, that Hernandez goal, just the memories. All about memories, lifting that trophy, watching the players. Last year, Bielsa, 2 years ago, Bielsa beating City, 10 men. Going on that run at the end of the season. Bamford scoring 17 goals. Rafinha tearing everyone apart. Even last year, avoiding relegation on the last day. It's a memory. It's good memory. Although that was a horrible memory. You know what I mean? In hindsight, it's a great memory. The moment was great. But I can't do that every year. I can't deal with it. So if we did stay up, everything had to change. And we have to be in the position where we are pushing because I can't deal with it. Genuinely, like, I'm worried for my health sometimes. I get headaches all the time. I hate it. But all I want to do is watch my team, and I will do it no matter how bad we are, because I've done it all my life, and that will never change. That's why so as having said that, I want us to be best team in the world, best team in the country, best team in the north. Start at that. Oh, well, the best team in the world's in the north. Do you know what I mean? I want that to be my club, and we've not been that since I've been alive, really. Apart from 2 years ago. But I just think... I don't know. And it's bad that I have to think like this. And I'm always thinking, but in the Championship, would it be that bad? Yes, it was horrible. I hated it. And maybe there is a way it could work. But I don't want that. Maybe there isn't. You know what I mean? It could go either way. It could work, or it just could be horrific. It's one of the two. Genuinely. Chelsea have scored. Get in. But that I'm so torn between what I want as a fan perspective, because coming to the Premier League was always this big, amazing thing, and the first year was phenomenal, and we were going on pure momentum that year. We were flying, and I loved it. But since then, I've genuinely it's affected my mood. It's affected the way I work, the way I think. It's been horrible. And I tried to change my mindset, and I have, and I'm better now than I was this time last year, because it's a horrible time. And I'm saying this because I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same thing. What do we want as a club? Do we want memories, or do we want mediocrity? Or this, whatever this is now. I'll just take us being competitive. I don't want to go to the Championship. I can't emphasise, I really do not. But that might be the only option. And having said that, I've got to accept that, potentially. Right? And I'm trying to accept now is the way that would work. Because in my mind, I have to find a way in which that will work to deal with life. And there is a way it would work, but there's also a way it would go really bad. But right now, we've just got to stay in the Prem, haven't we? We've got to. But if we do, we have to do something so drastic between this year and next year. Because that's what's at stake for the fans. They can't deal with it. It's not fair. We don't deserve this. Yeah, I went on one then. Let me know what you guys think. I'm clinging on hope because we're all right today against a very good side. There's just not a lot of time. There's not a lot of time left. If we can just get to that last day needing a win. Just get to that last day needing a win. It's genuinely all I want right now. Just get to that last day needing a win. Please. Please, Leeds. Big Sam, please. Players, please. Do anything in your power to get to that last day where we need a win to stay up. Because I will back us. Oh, it's horrible. But hey, this is football, innit? We'll learn from this no matter what happens, I guess. The club will always go on. We always have been. We've been in the doldrums for 16 years, and I never support my club less than I did now. You know, I always support them the same. I think that came out wrong. I support my club when they were in League One the same as I do now. Genuinely. And a lot of my idols growing up were from League One teams and Championship teams. You know, your Jermaine Beckfords, your Beckios. All these guys. I used to love Eddie White. Remember him? I used to love him. I don't know why. Quick, wasn't he? Small and fast like me. So I used to love Eddie White. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate the support. You guys are insane. We're in this together. I keep saying that. Side before self. Peace, guys.